Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the Kaze Windows virus. This virus is written entirely in C and does such a poor job infecting files that most of them become completely unusable, but if you happen to manage to make it to the payload date, things get a little bit interesting. I've got a couple files here from the Windows directory just to demonstrate its poor infection capabilities. It's the accessibility program and calculator. Accessibility doesn't really do anything, but calculator runs just fine being out of the Windows directory. Looking in the directory itself, we have all our usual files. Calculator still works. We can open bitmaps with no problems. They open up with Paint. Config files, logs, text, you name it, opens with Notepad, and that is normal, as you would expect. We are now going to run Kaze, which is sort of written as a proof of concept, so you get this warning message beforehand. Win32.Kaze.32.28 by Black Art. License, you have to take full responsibility for using this, okay? If you hit cancel, nothing happens and the virus does not infect your PC. But that's not fun. We want to see what happens. So we're going to say, okay. So we see Win32.Kaze.32.28. Ha 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 ha. Hit OK. And Kaze has now infected everything in the same directory that it was run from. It does not search out and find other files to infect. It does not sit in memory waiting to infect other files. It just hits them and runs. So if we try to run calculator now, we only see this program has performed an illegal operation and will be shut down. If the program persists, contact the program vendor. Does anybody know how to get in touch with the virus author? Because I've got a problem to report. And same thing here. Oh, maybe not same thing here. Well, this program seems to have been spared. Can we set up our MSN internet access? Hey, it looks like we can. I believe that's just a shortcut to another exe somewhere else on the drive. So that one's safe for now. But unfortunately, calculator is destroyed. So I'm going to open up the Windows directory just so I can be ready for the final payload, which activates on December 7th of any year. And now I'm going to run Kaze again. Oh, apparently it has also been corrupted and will shut down. The operation has been canceled due to restrictions in effect on this computer. Please contact your system administrator. Wait a minute, that's me. I don't know how to fix this. Okay, well that didn't work. Let's try running calculator. Okay, that's working. You can see now instead of immediately crashing, it is now chugging through the entire drive, finding every file it possibly can, and completely overwriting them. So in the Windows directory, oh, it's lagging. The mouse is really struggling. Calculator's still good. Can we open bitmaps? Can we open bitmaps? Yes, we still can for now. But we only have about a minute before everything just goes wrong. Free cell. I can barely double click because the mouse is lagging so hard as Kaze chugs its way through every file it can find and overwrites them. Notepad? Notepad? Okay, we're going to keep Notepad open for now. We might need it later. How about sound recorder? Good, still works. Things are falling apart behind the scenes. Solitaire still works. Alright, thank goodness. We're good. Never mind, that's about it for the Kaze virus. Doesn't do anything because we can still play solitaire. Oh, if only it were that simple. How about Winver? Oh, we're still running Windows 98. That's a good sign. Minesweeper? Alright, we're good. How are we looking on the desktop? Still good. Can we set up MSN? No. We cannot set up MSN internet access because something is not a valid Win32 application. Good to know. My computer still opens normally. Close that for now. Notepad. We already opened that. Alright, let's see here. Let's try running some of these files we just ran. Okay, WinMine is no longer a valid Win32 application. Can we see why that is? So there you go. All files on the drive are being overwritten with the text Kamikaze and then spaces to fill out the rest of the space that the file originally occupied. Oh, calculator has now finished running, so that means it is now finished going through the drive, and then it tried to run the original host program, which in this case was calculator, which was already corrupted because Kaze had already overwritten part of it when it infected it. I use the term infected very loosely because overriding viruses are very primitive and do not really have the capacity to spread very far from where they are released because everything stops working very quickly. So now everything should be impossible to open. Yeah, smart drive. Can I run bitmaps? No, bitmap is not a valid Win32 application. Oh, darn. Solitaire, no! Oh, I hit back, and the C drive tells me kamikaze. That does not sound good. Can I go to C? No, I cannot. Can I run auto-execute.bat? Let's find out. I have not chosen to download this file. It's like I'm trying to run Internet Explorer here. Hold on. Let's turn off the classic style. Let's get out of the web-based. There we go. Now we got back to our files. So auto-execute.bat, a device attached to the system, is not functioning. Oh, good to know. MS-DOS.-- is not a valid Win32 application. Okay, everything is not a valid application, or the device attached to the system is not functioning. So I'd say things are pretty thoroughly messed up. We see our shortcut icons are all just generic Windows, don't know what this is icons. Connect to the internet has disappeared. Outlook Express has disappeared. Internet Explorer is not a valid Win32 application, except it's blank again. Run DLL32. Access to the specified device, path, or file is denied. I think things may be toast. But let's try restarting and see what happens. Seek test finished properly. And invalid system disk. Replace the disk and then press any key. Which means we are not booting, which is not surprising. Just gonna let the floppy drive go nuts for a little bit there. It's always fun. A nice diversion. You might think that's about it, but this virus also functions under Windows XP, and it's kind of amusing on there. So let's take a look at it. Okay, we're here on Windows XP, and the last time I used this Pentium 4 gateway was actually for my Anna Kournikova worm video about a month and a half ago or so. So it's been a little bit, but it's still functioning perfectly, well, at least until we run Kaze. So just the same, let's copy over calculator real quick. Took me a little bit to find it on Windows XP, buried in the System32 folder. But just like on Windows 98, functions perfectly. But Kaze will search and destroy it, overwriting its code with its own to infect it and make it unusable. So let's go ahead and see it. Okay, we gotta take full responsibility, but in Windows XP this time. Go! Ha ha ha. Alright, let's try calc. Hey, it still works this time. Well, that's a good sign. Let's try copying this straight into the Windows directory and running it again. Here we go. Oh, well, now it failed to initialize properly. Oh, that's not good. It usually doesn't happen. I don't know why it's now killing itself when in all my tests before making the video, it never did anything like that. EXE still functioned perfectly normally, so I guess we're just going to skip ahead to the payload. We need December 7. Okay, and here we go. So there goes the hard drive activity again. It's going to the drive just like on Windows 98. Let's see what happens. Notepad, we still functioning? For now. Still got Anna Kournikova, or at least the version that I changed to be cooler. Explorer, are we still running? We still running. We good for now. But I have a feeling if we let it sit, it's not going to be good for that much longer. Alright, it's been probably about 45 seconds. Let's try running a few things while calculator's still trying to run. Or at least the virus is still trying to run. Redjet, it still works. Taskman. Well, it didn't outright crash, so that's a good sign. Twunk32. Well, nothing's happening, but I don't know if things are supposed to be happening when you run those. I don't think so. Alright, WinHelp still functioning. Can we view Zapotech? Yeah, that's still there for now. Files are still opening properly. Soap bubbles, yeah, the inferior version of bubbles, still there. HH. It's running. I don't know if it's normally blank.exe in the title bar there, but it, may need more time to complete an oper something. Unsaved data, and then I see half of a T, and I don't know what either of these say. I guess that was the cancel button. Oh, well, now it closed, no problem. I think things are getting a little bit corrupted. How's the desktop look? Notepad's still here, that's good. Recycle bin? Still functions, alright. Load up my computer. Oh, there seems to be something missing, but I can't quite put my finger on it. The menu's still here, but without text, it's super low width. Can we get the folder options? Oh, this is gonna be fun. I don't know what that changes. Did you see the button? Oh, I can't tell what any of that is. But real quick, I want to look at that button again. Uh-oh. All the buttons are off-centered on their text. The application or DLL, DWINTL, DLL is not a valid Windows image. Please check this again. I guess all the word wrapping is now gone. Oh. Well, it went away. That means there's no problem, right? Which one's which? Oh, are we frozen? Uh-oh. This can't be good. Task manager, save me. Control Shift Escape. No, I think it is frozen. Oh. Whoa. It reset. I think my mashing of Control Alt Delete may have had something to do with that. And this is as far as we get. It starts loading, finds a corrupted file, and just hangs with no messages whatsoever. It tried checking the floppy disk, but did not find anything to boot from, but the light remained on because it just froze up. So Kaze, incredibly destructive on December 7th. Oh, the machine restarted once again. Okay, well, alright, I've never seen that happen before, so there's all sorts of firsts going on in this video while I'm trying to take a look at Kaze. But, like I was saying, incredibly destructive, but such a limited spreading capability due to its inability to infect files properly, just like the Ka virus, except at least Ka sort of lets you continue using programs for the most part, somewhat. This one just flat out destroys them entirely and makes them completely unusable. So anybody who got this would probably immediately format and reinstall Windows when everything stopped working properly, and they'd never even see the payload date on December 7th. Of course, maybe they wouldn't accept the license agreement either, and they wouldn't have to worry about it. But at any rate, that is about it for the Kaze Windows virus. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.